have never been late to an exam, but I'm late for this one. Or should I say, this one. I am actually starting to feel like I might be getting into reading. Like I have these urges to like, maybe I should read a book, which doesn't happen when I'm in my month-long reading slumps of not wanting to read. But I have seen a Readathon challenge that is happening right now, and I'm late for it by like 8 days. So I was really debating whether or not to jump on this, and I think I am, because why not? This challenge was created by Book Roast, and I will leave her announcement video in the description below so you can check it out if you have not heard of this. But I heard about this on Twitter because people were showing their TBRs, and it's a month-long reading challenge. It goes from April 2nd to April 29th. I'm about 8 days late. So what the Owls Readathon challenge is I'm holding my Harry Potter wand, my magic wand. It's the 5th year examinations that happened, the ordinary wizards levels. And so, you know, you have to sit and pass some of your exams. So each of the subjects that they have at Hogwarts corresponds with a book challenge. Like I said, there could be a sequel to this book challenge, which are the Newts, and you could only participate in the challenges that you passed your owls in. So that's a bit stressful. I don't want to fail. So I've gone through the list, and some of them I wish I could do because they sound interesting. I just don't have a book for it. I don't. So I'm going to go through the challenges, and I'll tell you if I have a book or not. There are 12 altogether. This is my life. This is what are you tapping on? Why now? Now the question is, how do you pass your owls? Like, what is the criteria to pass your owls? Well, they have Book Roast has lovingly put the following awards for owl performances. So you have all the grades. So from Troll is you do not show up to your owl examinations. I'm showing up, so there's that. A little late, but you know, I'm not gonna get a T. Dreadful is to start but not finish any owls. Owl tasks, that could be a possibility, who knows. Poor is to sit only one owl, meaning only read one book challenge. We don't want that. And then these are the pass grades. You have acceptable, which is you sit and pass at least 2 owls. That's a possibility. You have exceeding expectations, which is to sit and pass 3 owls. And outstanding, to sit and pass 5 owls. Let's make that a goal, because I can read 5 books in a month, even though it's 10 days into the month. I'm going to go through the 12 challenges and tell you whether or not I have a book for each of these and what book it is and why I don't, if I don't. So the first challenge is Ancient Runes, which is to read a book with a symbol on the cover. I'm not going through all my books trying to find a symbol. I'm not about that life. So I'm like, you know what? No. Arithmancy is to read a book with a number on the cover or in the title. I have a book for that. There you go. 3 Parts Dead by Max Gladstone. Yay. 3. It's got the number 3 in it. There you go. It's a number. Good job, book. The next subject is astronomy, which, you know, it's to read a sci-fi book, science fiction. So I have Dark Run by Mike Brooks because I really want to read this book. You see a theme going on? I'm picking books I really want to read. Let's get back into this reading habit. Let's do. I love this wand, okay? I love it. It's long. It's got a snake on it because I'm a Slytherin. It just fits right in my hand, you know? It fits right. The next subject is Care of Magical Creatures, which is to read a book that includes a magical creature or a magical creature on the cover. I'm gonna go with The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo because I'm pretty sure these are creatures of mythology, of, you know, folklore in the Grishaverse. So they're on the cover. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they're throughout the book. You know, there are mythical beasts in the Grishaverse, as we've seen the deer, the stag with the collar. Yeah. It's a short one. I'm pretty sure I could finish that in like a day or so. Next we have Charms, which is to read a fantasy book. One of my favorite subjects. For this I'm picking a book I started a few months back, but I haven't really gotten into it much. I got like maybe 35 pages into, and that is The Demon King by Cinda Williams Chima. Fantasy. From what I was reading so far, it's not that bad. So, you know, the writing is pretty okay, like the font, so that it's easy to read. I didn't want to pick fantasy books that had very little writing. You know what I mean? Like the font. So there's my fantasy book for Charms. Next is Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is a book about or featuring secret societies or clubs. I kind of wish this was about dark creatures instead, but you know, this is in hindsight, in honor of the DA, you know. So for this I picked The Shadow Society by Marie Rodkowski. This is a book I've had on my shelf for so long, but you know, The Shadow Society, secret societies and all that jazz. So I had this book before I even heard of like the Winter Circle books. So let's see if I actually like Marie Rodkowski. Next subject is Divination, which it features a book about prophecies. Nope. I don't think I have any books, and if I do, I don't know they're about prophecies, so it was kind of hard, and I'm not about divination life anyway. I'm pretty sure I would have taken the Hermione route and quit that shit real fast, especially with Trelawney. So there's that. Next subject is Herbology. Read a book with a nature-related word in the title. I don't know if I'm gonna get to this book because it's kind of a chunker. You know, nearly 500 pages long, but it's got a nature word in the title, and that's The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Season. I just want to point with my wand, okay? So I have that on my list. I'm not gonna get to all these books. I'm not. The next subject is History of Magic, which is to read a historical fiction. This is kind of like historical fiction fantasy, but I've also had this book on my radar for so long, and that is Jacoby by William Ritter. Historical fiction-esque with fantasy, and you know, I want to get into the series finally. I've only had this on my shelf and on my radar for years. Next we have Muggle Studies, which is to read a Muggle nonfiction book. I'm not really in the mood for nonfiction right now, and I usually read about one nonfiction a year, and I haven't decided what exactly I wanted to read for my nonfiction this year. So this is gonna be a pass. The next challenge is Potions, which is to read a book with or about alchemy. I don't really have any books on my radar or on my shelf that surround alchemy, so as much as I want to get all the core classes done, I'm gonna skip this one. The last class is Transfiguration, which is to read a book that deals with transfiguration, shape-shifting, or similar themes, or read a book with a cat on the cover. So for this, I went with 100 Names of Darkness by Nilanjana Roy. This is the sequel to the book that I read last year, The Wildings, which the main characters of the book are cats. So, perfect opportunity to finish this duology. There's a cat on the cover. So those are the books that I've chosen for the challenges. One of the rules that I did not mention at the beginning was that you can't double up on any of the challenges, so each challenge has to be a separate book, because that's the challenge of it. I'm hoping to read at least 5 of these before the 29th of April. I think that's doable. It's before I start my second job, so I have a little bit more time. I don't know how reading is gonna be. I will have the bus ride to the mall and back, so there's that. But I need to get back into the swing of things and finding challenges and books for those challenges to be very fun. So I spent like half an hour combing my shelves, picking what books I wanted, and now I just gotta read them. I don't wanna fail my owls, okay? I don't wanna fail. Failure is not an option. Let me know if you're participating in the Owls Readathon. Would love to see your TBR videos, so if you are participating and have made them, let me know in the comments below and I'll go check those out. Love to see what other people are reading for these challenges, and I'm just gonna keep whacking my wand about. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.